Hi, Kat. My name's Jane, and I am I'm a retired teacher, and I live in Oakwood near Derby, and I live with my cat, and I guess that's who I am, really. I'm a reader at my church and do lots of other things. So that's basically who I am.
And Jane, if there's a sort of typical day in your life, what does that look like? What do you do?
Yeah, well, as I said, I'm retired. So because I'm retired, every day is different, I guess. So because I'm a reader, I have preparation to do for various things that I do at church. So I run an after school club for primary school children in term time. And I run a moms and toddlers group, which we're starting again, hopefully next week, which is so good. Right. So good to see those moms. So I'm quite involved in the church. And outside of church, I do things like, what else do I do? I enjoy being in the garden. I enjoy walking, swimming, reading, that sort of stuff. Mm. I love seeing my friends and going out for meals. I'm part of a pub quiz team that unfortunately we haven't been able to meet for the last year or so. And I also do something called walking netball, which is basically for people who are a bit old and cranky like me, who can no longer run around. But that is just great fun. Do that every Friday. So that's really good. What else do I do? Not a lot, really.
It sounds like quite a lot.
That's about it.
What impact does your faith have on your everyday life, Jane?
I'd like to say that my faith underpins all that I do. I'd like to say it defines the person that I am. I think I would be different without my faith. I try to read my Bible, of course, and pray and go to church regularly. But also, I remember Billy Graham. Remember being at a conference with Billy Graham. He was speaking. And one of the things that challenged me that he said was, if you were arrested today for being a Christian, would there be enough evidence to find you guilty? And I've always found that really challenging, because what makes a Christian different from somebody who is a humanitarian person, a really good person, somebody who tries to do all the right things? And I think it's, the faith in the fact that who Jesus is and that he came to die for us and reconcile us to God, all of that hopefully underpins who I am. And another thing that I guess impacts is there's a verse that the Apostle Paul wrote. I think it's in Colossians, and he was writing to a guy called Archippus, and he said, "See that you complete the work that I've given you to do," something like that. And that for a while has been my prayer, that I would complete the work that God has sent me to do, whatever that is and however that is. So that's I guess that's my faith, really. Anything else you'd like to know about that?
No, that's brilliant. And how does your church help support you in that everyday faith?
Well, I think my church is Bredsall Church, but also now we've joined with Morley and Smalley churches. So we're kind of bigger than we were. And I would like to say I have friends in all three churches, and people who pray for me. I know there are people in the churches who pray for me, and I'm really grateful for that. I think they're very encouraging about the ministry that I have. I don't always think that I'm particularly, I'm not very good with words necessarily, but people are very gracious and listen and are very positive. So that encouragement is good for me. The prayer. And I think also the people, not just in my church, but I have friends, because of things that I've done in the past, the places that I've been. I have friends in churches all over the world, really. And it's good to be able to talk to them and to download sometimes on them. And I know that they pray for me too. And also those are quite often, or more often, in fact, the people who challenge me, and don't always necessarily agree with the things that I say. And actually, I think we have that to some extent among the readers at Bredsall. We don't always agree, but it's Christ who binds us together and holds us together, and that's really good. So that's my church, really. Church family.
That's brilliant. Thank you, Jane. Thank you so much for sharing your story.